I am continuing my tour of shops in Old Town today, and I'm at Becky Brown's studio, a fairly new studio, and she's a local gal who went to EKU and learned her craft, and now she's got her shop in the old hotel in Old Town. Let's go and check her out. Okay, so this is Becky Brown, and you're fairly new to Berea, right?
Well, I'm born and raised here, but I'm new to this store.
Okay, so this is all new for you.
Yes, yeah.
And you said you were a part of the Arts Accelerator we have in town.
Yes, the Art Accelerator program. So like I said, I'm born and raised here in Berea. I went to EKU for metalsmithing and jewelry design, and when I graduated, I learned of the Art Accelerator program. So I got into that. They choose a couple of artists for it every year, and it's sponsored by Berea Tourism, and they provided me with a studio, a gallery, a monthly stipend to help with the cost of living, and business classes. And it's a year-long program. But I was in the 2019-2020 class, and it got cut a little bit short because of COVID. So it was 10 months for me instead of a year. So I was cut short, and then I was flailing a little bit. Like I said, started working at the newspaper for a couple months, but then this space became available, and the city contacted me and said, hey, will you come look at it? And I fell in love with it. So I was not planning on opening a jewelry store during the pandemic, but I opened October 2020, and so I've been here a little over a year.
So far, so good.
Yes,
Yeah.
So I've got my work in here, and then I've got the work of other local artists too.
Okay.
So that was something that was important to me when I opened up. I wanted to help some of my fellow local makers here.
And that's kind of how Berea works, ain't it?
Yes, it sure is. Yeah, everyone helps each other out. So
Now you do mostly metalsmithing and things like that?
Yeah, so I've got a background in metalsmithing, but now I focus on fusing glass to metal. So that's what I'm doing right now. I've got my kiln here. I keep it at around 1500 degrees. But these are actually all copper. These are going to be earrings. They're all copper, and then I fuse glass to them. Yeah, you can come close.
So that's glass on the metal?
Yep, so all the red and green and white, that's all glass, and then the gold is a pigment that I paint on after, and it kind of sinks down into the glass. So that's what I specialize in now. It's also referred to as enameling, but it's just simply glass fused to metal. Kind of like ceramics, where, you know, glaze is basically glass over clay. This is glass over metal.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah,
I never thought of enameling that way before, but you made it make sense.
Well, good. Yeah, a lot of people aren't, you know, they've heard enameling, but they're not super familiar with what the process is or what exactly it is. So I love sharing about it.
Never have guessed.
So, and I went to EKU. My teacher was Felicia Zorat, and she also specializes in enameling. So I was very lucky to get to study under her because that's what I enjoy doing too.
Now, have you ever cooked anything odd in your kiln?
No, I haven't.
Nothing for fun
Do you
yet?
have any suggestions?
My mind immediately goes to grits, but that would burn grits up, I believe.
It sure would. It sure would. I know someone asked me earlier. They said, "Do you bake pretzels in there?" And I said, "It would get burnt to a crisp right away."
Yeah, 1500 degrees. Go.
Yes, yeah. This is so nice because you just pop it in. Each firing is only 3 to 5 minutes, and you just peek at it while you're.
Oh, no worrying about cones and all that stuff.
No, you're not timing it. You're not ramping or whatever it's called. You just. When it looks glossy, it goes through a couple stages, so you go off of visual cues, you take it out when it's done. Now it does go through multiple firings though to kind of build up the colors and the techniques and stuff, so, but it's pretty intuitive. There's a lot of rules you have to stay within, but once you know the rules, you know, can hit the ground running and
then you have fun, don't you?
Then you can have fun, then you can be creative, so. There's a couple important rules. Copper has to be super clean. You have to enamel both sides. You have to have glass on the front and the back for the tension to be even. You can't get it too thick or too thin. And that's about it. If you stay within that, then you can really just have fun with it. Like
so a lot of trial and error and eyeballing and learning how to get it just right.
Yes, yeah. So I feel like I can do it in my sleep now. But when I was first starting, I was definitely, you know, I was learning. Because in school, you're just learning.
Yeah.
You're not making. That was the biggest lesson and struggle for me was in school you have like 3 months to work on one project, you know, and really focus on it, and I had to switch my brain to like production mode to be able to make enough of something to sell, but I still wanted it to be a good quality product and authentically handmade and everything like that. So
have that touch.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So that was the biggest challenge, but now I think I've got it somewhat figured out.
Looking like it. And that's it from Becky Brown Studio and Gallery. She has lots of her work and work of other artists here in the general area. Like I said, she's in Old Town here in the old hotel building. If you're in town, come give her a check out. I'll leave her address and everything. Thank you all for watching. As always, you know I appreciate it. I'll talk to you again soon.